All right, this is the Evan Ginsburg Show at villageconnectionradio.com. Later in the show, we're going to talk film, we're going to talk pro wrestling, we're going to have a magic set. But right now, we have singer, songwriter, Derek Knott.
Lover, please be kind. Some are not that strong. You can ease their mind. Listen to this song. Cold river, yellow moon, hold me till the dawn. And sun streams in the pines drop down evening sky. Time to head for home. Painted bird does fly. Twilight on this town. Lover, walk with me. The city on the hill. By the northern sea. Come and walk with me, the city on the hill. By the northern sea, back in school, in a late night melody, warm and true, in a late night melody. All my life in a shoebox of dreams, sad and slow like a late night melody. Why she had to go in a late night melody, and everything you know in a late night melody. A pillow of tears in a box of schemes. Charcoal sky in a late night melody. Her last goodbye in a late night melody. It is your right, it's a late night melody. Bursts of rain in a summer so free, like a child in a late night melody. Hey, thank you. Thanks so much. This was called World of Illusion. Wolf cries out in the night, feels the pain inside till the morning light. Eagle flies into the sky, looking for the light that's in her eyes. World of illusion, and Nothing as it seems. Time to make visions a reality. A tree grows towards the sun, reaches for the clouds till its time is done. The river flows into the sea, filling all the spaces inside you and me. World of illusion, nothing as it seems. Time to make vision a reality. Fire burns us to the ground. All that we made, everything we found. High on a mountainside, climber sees the sky, feels the pain inside. World of illusion, nothing as it seems. Time to make vision a reality. Thank you. Thank you. That was called World of Illusion. Not to get too esoteric, but it's called She Arrived Yesterday. Landscapes are moving, radio's playing, her feet on the dash as I drive. Darkness surrounds us, it's warm here between us. A beautiful sunrise, the sky. Ghost in the valley, cats in the alley. And she arrived yesterday. State of illusion, life of confusion. And she says she's gonna stay. Lights are so pretty, I hear in the city, are tears of the wind in our eyes. A moonrise cathedral, childhood retrieval, outside the town as we arrive. A flattering portrait hangs in the distance. If I could only get my way. She says she's lonely, I'm her victim. And she arrived yesterday. eye of the rainbow, a hand on a pillow, a feeling our way in the dark, a heart full of stories, a porch full of glory, a shiny parade for 4th of July. Ghosts in the valley, cats in the alley. And she arrived yesterday. State of illusion, life of confusion. And she said, and she said, and she says she's gonna stay. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. This one I kind of thought was suitable for maybe a bluegrass band or something. This one's called Anything. In the wide open spaces, you can clear out your mind. In the small towns and faces, you keep what you find. By the still glow of morning, for the rest of the day, you can find light in shadows. You can see through the haze. Practically anything you want to do, and nearly anything that comes to you. It's almost anything you can find, so clearly anything in your mind. On the top of a mountain, in the streets of this town, it's there in the alley, whispered secrets to find. It arrives without warning, all dressed in the night, on the back roads of counties, in the crossroads of life. Practically anything you want to do, and nearly anything that comes to you. It's almost anything you can find, so clearly anything in your mind. Practically anything you want to do, and nearly anything that comes to you. It's almost anything you can find, so clearly anything in your mind. Time for one more, Evan, or
Sure,
what?
absolutely.
Go for another one, okay. So many songs.
The prolific Derek Knott.
So little time, yes, indeed.
This man's written hundreds of songs, hundreds. Wow. I've written none.
Yeah. This is a song about fathers, not in particular my father, but fathers in general. It's called We Were Born. Walk alone to the bridge, see your smile and your grin. How many miles you ran, I'll follow in a while. We were born loving each other today. We were born here at the end of days. We were born into each other's minds. We were born knowing this was our time. Dream of you. Now you're gone. See the school where you belong. The many miles you ran, I'll follow in a while. La 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 la. Many miles you ran, I'll follow in a while. We were born loving each other today. We were born here at the end of days. We were born into each other's minds. We were born knowing this was our time. Arms stretched wide, you picked me up. You made me smile. I gave you up. How many miles you ran, I'll follow in a while. We were born loving each other today. We were born here at the end of days. We were born into each other's mind. We were born knowing this was our time.
All right. All right. So we're going to take a very brief time out. When we come back, we're going to chat with Derek Knott.
Oh, great.
Your lane, take me home, feed on me, tell you I'm wrong. The way you move, the things you do to me, made to feel abused. And I can't fix it, just can't get away. All I want is you. You. Come on and use me. Yeah. Come on and use me. Kick your trash, I'm your garbage. Ash to ash, your finished cigarette. Yeah. Come on and use me. Yeah, come on and use me. I know you want to. Come on and use me. Yeah, come on and use me. Just can't get away. All I want is you. Yeah, come on and use me. Yeah, come on and use me.
All right, we are back with the Evan Ginsburg Show at villageconnectionradio.com. And Jim Savali at the helm, and we are with Derek Knott, who is a prolific songwriter. And when you have hundreds upon hundreds of songs, how do you choose 5 or 6 for a set? Or
That is a hard question, Evan. And first of all, thank you very much for having me here.
My pleasure.
Really, really appreciate it. You know, different songs speak to you at different times, you know.
So you mentioned it's a rainy Sunday, and that was part of the decision.
Yeah, but maybe a little bit bigger picture. You know, how I organize my sets for gigs for the next 6 months or something. You know, that's the songs that are speaking to me in a broader sense for a period of time. You know, but my favorite ones, of course, are new ones. You know.
Okay. And have you ever put aside a song and not played it in years?
Yes, quite
And
often. I do that.
what's part of that decision process?
Like you're really sick of it. You know?
Oh, okay. But doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good song.
It's a bad song at all. No, it's just it doesn't speak to you right at that moment, you know. And then a little further down the road, you pick it up and you maybe change a thing or two. I like to tweak them a little bit here and there. I don't think anything has to stay in its original form, you know. In the old days, people would make an album, and then that would be how they would do the song. They teach the band how to do that song that way, and that was it. But
especially back in the 3-minute perfect pop tune era.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Try to duplicate that,
Exactly.
you know. But I look at it much looser, you know, like they're free form kind of things. I'll do with them what I want. They're my songs, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And who are some of your favorite songwriters? Usually I ask the singer who their favorite performers are, but who are your favorite songwriters?
I'm just looking around at these pictures here. There's
Little
there's
Orphan
one guy-
Annie. She's not much of a songwriter.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but Jimi Hendrix certainly was.
There you go.
And Lennon and McCartney certainly were. And Neil Young, he's a guy I really like.
Never heard of any of them.
You never heard of Neil Young?
I'm
Oh, you
kidding.
should
I'm
check him
kidding.
out
Joke.
sometime, man. I hear he's good.
Yeah. So, do you write better from pleasure or pain? Do you write better during hard times, good times?
You know, I really think it's more of an intellectual exercise. Maybe stuff comes out, gets processed, and comes out later. But a lot of things I think are just kind of more of a cerebral kind of thing, you know, wherever music comes from. You know, it's hard to say exactly, but I don't think it's directly related to, like, you know, I was in pain this week and now next week I'm writing a song. Maybe for the blues, man. You know?
Marvin Gaye said he wrote best when he was in love, when he was very, very happy,
Yeah.
and also during very dark times,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah.
so like the What's Going On album, that was the, you know,
Dark times in society for
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye. He was speaking to all of society.
exactly. I think that's as great an album as ever been produced.
It's one of the greats.
That and
yeah.
Songs of the Key of Life. How do you rate guys like Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder as songwriters?
Right up there. You're talking Motown there, man. I mean, Motown to me is one of the pinnacles of black music.
People have said that Smokey Robinson's America's greatest poet. What's your take on that?
I'd say he's up there. He's also a fantastic performer, and he had one amazing voice as well.
Yeah.
But he wrote all those hits for Motown as well, you know.
Smokey Robinson's that rarest of performers where I've heard him recently, and I think he's actually better. He's singing more like a jazz singer, and it's like he's matured. You know, a lot of times it's a deterioration. You'll catch somebody on a good night or a bad night, but I think he's actually better.
Well, he might be to some degree adapting to age.
Sure.
The voice does age.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean it gets worse. It means it changes character, you know.
But many times I've heard singers and you'd go, the voice is just gone and it's painful. It's painful. You know, somebody's in their 70s and they've been out there 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
But
not Smokey.
No, not at all. Not at all. And one of my favorite performers and also prolific is Bobby Rush, who's 83. Bobby Rush is the king of the Chitlin circuit. And this guy, he looks like he's 53 and he's ageless. So I think many cases music keeps the performers alive, keeps them alive.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry was playing till the day he died. He was 90.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what do you consider some of your career highlights?
Career highlights.
Particular gigs, venues.
I backed up a Grammy-nominated artist, Joanne Shenandoah, a Native American Grammy-nominated artist, became quite a world figure. I mean, she went to Nelson Mandela's birthday and things like that, you know. Okay. Backed her up and played a lot of big concerts. Foxwoods up in Connecticut.
Oh, that's a beautiful venue.
Yeah. In fact, Smokey was playing the week after I played there.
Really?
And I was in the elevator with his golfing buddy.
Okay.
It's the closest. It's 2 degrees from
That's
smoking.
near brushes with stardom.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But that was one. Getting those my 2 albums out. Dream, This Picture, that was the first one. That was in 2009. And then Speak Less, Say More. That was in 2012. Those were big deals because I did everything on them. I played everything myself, all the instruments, and
all the instruments.
Yeah. Wow. So those were big things, And when I decided to go solo in 2007 really, playing at the Bitter End the first time. That was
And for those who don't know, tell the listeners, the viewers about the Bitter End, why that's important.
Everybody played the Bitter End.
Even legendary comedians as well.
Completely. Yeah. I mean,
Lenny Bruce, guys like that, Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, who played there for about 3 years every week, as I was talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Hendrix.
I hear a story where he went in there. I don't know if he actually played there.
I know he was down at Cafe Wah, which is right around
Cafe Wah in '66, and that's where he actually got discovered. But, by Chas Chandler and all that big story, and then went to England and everything. But the Bitter End just it spans all the '60s and the '70s,
and it's still there.
Peter Paul Mary's first album cover, that famous iconic picture with a brick wall. That's the Bitter End. So everything's the Bitter End.
Yeah. So when you step on a stage where legends, absolute legends, have played it, what does it feel like?
It felt amazing. The first time I was there, I was so nervous, but then I just went out there. It was a full house, and they were very accepting of me. But my only memory is like being nervous before and then hearing the cheering afterwards and getting off and going, phew, I did it. Yeah. And the rest is just a blur to me. It wouldn't have been any more exciting had I been in front of, 10,000 or 20,000 or something like that. To me, that was such an iconic place. I just really liked it. Yeah. And they sent me a video, and I had a video of it, but then it just self-destructed like Mission Impossible.
Really?
Self-destructed after a month.
Really?
Yeah. They don't really want you to have it.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, but that was a great gig.
So what do you have coming up?
I've got a concert. It's like what you call coffee house concerts at a church in Connecticut in December. And then a couple of my usual places up in Rochester and Albany, things like that coming up in the new year. But not a lot, really.
And I just want to share with the listeners, viewers, that you drove 5 hours to get here, which is dedication in and of itself, particularly in horrendous weather. So,
this business and driving go hand in hand. There's no way to avoid it. If there's one thing, if I could have the Star Trekian thing, that would be so great. But
and you're based out of Syracuse, I believe.
That's where I live.
Yeah. So what's the music scene like upstate New York?
It's incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, it's all right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. A lot of blues and jazz and stuff.
Some more blues scene.
Yeah, it's not, folks, those years that I started, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a lot of places to play. Around about 2013 or so, a lot of those places started dropping off, and bands started becoming more prominent. And, I think even bands have a better go of it sometimes. Even mediocre bands can do really well for themselves. It's more of a show, Yeah. And a lot of people, they think, oh, you're a singer-songwriter. You're just another one of the million guys. And, and there are a lot of people out there who are in different levels and everything, and you might get lumped into something like that. And they don't maybe give you a shot, they'll give you a real listen or something.
There were some singer-songwriters out there. I used to book a club down in the Village. Innocent kittens are flinging themselves off rooftops. So, much respect to a true artist. So some guys, it borders on delusional, but
well, I wasn't going to go that far and say that.
Well, I said it, you didn't. You're off the hook.
Okay, all right. Well, we're a team now.
There you go. So please tell the listeners how they could stay in touch, social media, websites, how they could pick up your CDs.
Yeah. The name Derek Knott, DerekKnott.com. That's my website. All the links are there. My albums are on Amazon. They're on CD Baby. They're everywhere, So if you're interested, you can pick them up.
There you go. And support a true artist, a true songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. I wasn't aware of that. That's very impressive. What instruments do you play?
Well, I can do keyboard, but I don't consider myself a piano player. I couldn't just sit at a piano and play a whole song. Right. Maybe if I worked on it for a few weeks, I could. But as far as studio stuff goes, I can put in any parts I need to put in, so I can arrange strings, and if it's done on keyboard or something, I'm fine. Pretty damn good bass player, if I say so myself.
There you go.
And an electric guitarist for years, so that's basically a rock guitar player, Okay. So that's my main things.
Okay, one final question. On a Saturday night, who is one performer you would pay to see as an artist? Who you have one person, one favorite performer who would it be?
Living.
Yeah.
Oh.
Living. They're always better when they're alive when they're performing. Yeah.
I'm thinking about going and seeing Jimmy Webb in a few weeks. He's
talk about great songwriters.
Yeah, and he's sitting at the piano. And he's doing all the Glenn Campbell catalog, all the stuff he wrote. So I love that guy.
Yeah. So. Whenever you talk to songwriters, they have a lot of respect for Jimmy Webb. Yeah, absolutely.
Wichita Lineman has always been one of my favorite songs.
There you go. The great Jimmy Webb.
Oh, Evan, you're so good to me, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very,
Derek
very
Knott,
much.
you're always welcome on the show.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're going to talk film with another Derek. We have Louise M. Harris and Derek Garlington talking film, and later we're going to talk wrestling and more film with ring announcer Michael Scott, who's branched into acting, and we're going to have mentalist and magician Robin Channing. So this is an old school variety show. You're going to see a little of everything today. So don't go away, folks. And Jim Savali is going to play some music.
Take me home, feed on me, tell you I'm full. The way you move, the things you do to me, made to feel abused. And I can't fix it, just can't get away. All I want is you. And come on and use me. Come on and use me.